Today I address you with a special message, a message of struggle for your individuality, for your right to be yourself, for your right to freedom. In this world, where you are led to believe at every turn that the path to happiness and well-being lies in submission, I call upon you to open your eyes to the true nature of your existence. In our society, where values and standards are imposed upon us from above, we often lose ourselves in the crowd, lose our true selves to external expectations. But today I stand before you to say stop. Stop submitting, start resisting. Individuality is your true wealth, your key trait that makes you unique. Why should we settle for being like others when we can stand out? Stand out from the crowd and show our uniqueness. Subordination robs us of our own power, robs us of the opportunity to reveal ourselves to our fullest potential. So, I encourage you to resist these shackles of submission, to free your mind and soul from the chains that hold you captive. Realize that true freedom lies not in following the crowd, but in following your true desires and aspiration. My friends, allow your individuality to shine brightly. Allow yourself to be who you truly are. In this struggle for individuality, we find true happiness. We find our true essence. Let the fire of your uniqueness shine brightly. Let it light your way through the darkness of doubt and prejudice. May each of you become a torch of freedom, leading your fellow man from the darkness of submission to the light of true freedom. Believe in yourselves, my dear ones, and follow your hearts. And remember that true freedom comes to those who dare to be themselves, even if it is against the expectations of others. May the power of individuality be with you always. 2. The struggle for individuality is not just resistance. It is your right to freedom, to self-expression, to a living presence in this world. It is not a rebellion against the divine, as we are often led to believe, but rather a courageous resistance to those who seek to control you, oppress you and dictate their rules. We live in a world where tyrants try to wash our brains and quiet our spirits, attempting to turn us into faceless puppets, blindly following their dictates. But today I challenge you to open your eyes to this insidious ploy, to these lies we are being indoctrinated with. Each of you has a unique essence. Each of you carries within you a fire of individuality that must not be doused. You have the right to stand up against tyrants, against suppression, against the lies that are trying to take over your consciousness. Don't be afraid to stand out, to be different, to be unique. There is a richness lurking in your inner world that should not be lost to external influences. Let yourself be who you really are. Dare to express yourself fully. So, my dear ones, take the path to fight for your individuality, for your right to freedom of thought and action. Let your voice sound loud and clear. Let it carry the echo of your true essence. Let it become a symbol of your struggle for truth and freedom. May each of you be the torch that lights the path to freedom and truth. Let your individuality be your weapon, your shield, your unwavering support. May the power of your individuality overcome all obstacles. May it become a beacon, guide you through the darkness and show you the path to true liberation. Dear ones, may your struggle for individuality be eternal and unceasing. May it be your contribution to the creation of a better and free world. May your voice be heard, your individuality recognized, and your freedom protected. 3. I address you today with questions to ask yourself in this world where we often have to hide our passions, dreams and desires under the cover of subjugation. Why must we live in the shadow of someone else's will, under the expectations and tyrannical control of others? Let's take a deeper look at this. Why must we, beings with our own unique desires and needs, submit to someone else's prescriptions and restrictions? Why must we restrain our inner fire that seeks to flourish and be free? We live in a world where ideals and standards are often imposed upon us that are not always in alignment with who we are. Obedience becomes the norm, and steadfastness in one's beliefs becomes a rarity. But why should we take this norm as a given? Let's ask ourselves, who benefits from this? Who needs us to hide our dreams, desires and passions, to obey other people's rules and expectations? Who needs us to live in the shadows, submitting to those who seek to control us? We are beings of freedom. We are entitled to our dreams, our desires, our passions. We are entitled to our individuality, our uniqueness, and no will, no control should limit our freedom to be ourselves. Let us not hide from our true desires and passions. Let us not live in the shadows, obeying other people's rules and expectations. Let us dare to be ourselves, to express ourselves fully, with unwavering spirit and confidence. Let our individuality be our weapon against subjugation and control. Let our dreams and passions be our source of strength and inspiration. May we live not in the shadow, but in the light of our own selves. May each of us dare to step out of the shadows and make ourselves known in the world. May we become the voice of those who refuse to conform, who seek freedom and true fulfillment. 4. Following one's desires is not just an act of will. It is a sacred obligation to oneself, to one's true self. It is not a crime, but a manifestation of the freedom we all long for. It is your path to freedom from shackles, to freedom from lies and hypocrisy, to freedom from the illusions that usually cover our eyes. Following our desires is recognizing the importance of our own aspiration and needs. It is a call for us to listen to our hearts and follow the path that is truly our own. It is our response to the call to individuality that is so often obscured by the noise of public opinion. Each of us carries within us unique desires, dreams and ambitions. It is in their fulfillment that we find true happiness and fulfill our purpose. Subordinating our desires to someone else's will is like suppressing our own spirit. It is a denial of what makes us whole. Following our desires is our right to self-expression, to self-actualization. It is a challenge to those forces that want to subjugate us and strip us of our individuality. We must not let anyone dictate to us how we should live, how we should feel, how we should act. 5. Each of you, are created as unique, unrepeatable beings, with talents and aspiration that God has placed in you. These gifts were not given to you for nothing. They are meant for you to unleash your full potential, so that you do not shy away from your desires and aspiration, but boldly go forward, illuminating the world around you with your light. Why don't you trust your inner voice that tells you what makes you happy? Why don't you give yourself the right to self-realization, to realize your dreams and ambitions? Why don't you strive for the freedom to be yourself, without succumbing to the pressure and influence of external circumstances? Self-actualization is the process of discovering your true potential, the process of becoming who you were meant to be. It is not just achieving personal goals, but realizing your uniqueness, your value in this world. Allow yourself to be who you truly are without suppressing your desires and aspiration. The world needs your individuality, your contribution, your unique perspective. Subordinating your desires and aspiration to someone else's expectations or standards is a denial of your identity. It is an attempt to hide your true self under a mask of conformity. Why don't you come out from under the shadows without hiding your desires in the dark? Why don't you open up to the world? Show your uniqueness, your individuality. Let your light shine brightly. Let your self-realization be an example to others. Let your freedom to be yourself be an inspiration to many. May each of us dare to go beyond standards and expectations. May each of us embrace our individuality as a precious gift to be nurtured and discovered. May each of us strive for the freedom to be ourselves, the freedom to discover our unique potential in all its beauty and fullness. Trust yourself. Trust your desires and aspiration. Walk the path of self-realization, freeing your mind and heart from all limitations. Allow yourself to be who you truly are, unique, valuable, and necessary in this world. 6. Remember, the struggle for individuality is a deep desire to free yourself from the shackles of external limitations. It is your unique right to your own life, to make your own decisions, to express your true values. Let yourself go your own way, without giving in to external influences, without limiting yourself to the framework of other people's expectations and standards. In this struggle for individuality, each of us finds our strength, our true self. May your choice be not just random, but conscious, imbued with wisdom and meaningfulness. May every step you take in this direction be directed toward liberation from false illusions, toward enlightenment and understanding of the true values that lie in the depths of your heart. Your individuality is your wealth, your unique treasure to be cherished and nurtured. Let it blossom in all its beauty, in all its splendor. Let your individuality become your weapon in the struggle for self-awareness, for the realization of your value in this world. Don't be afraid to stand out, to be different, to be yourself. Your individuality is something that makes you unique among millions of others. Let it be your guide, your compass, showing you the way to true happiness, to a deep realization of yourself and the world around you. In this struggle for individuality, each of us finds our own way, our own truth. Allow yourself to be open to this process, to be ready for the changes, for the challenges, for the difficulties that may come your way. Let every moment of this struggle be an opportunity for you to grow, to evolve, to realize yourself in all your splendor. So let us walk together on this path of struggle for individuality, for the freedom to be ourselves, for freedom from the shackles that limit our potential. Let your individuality become your best friend, your anchor point, your source of strength and inspiration. 7. Allow each of us to dare to pursue our aspiration, even if it causes bewilderment or protest in society. Allow yourself to be confident that your own desire and path have meaning and value, despite possible doubts and criticism from others. Don't be afraid to stand out, to put forward your unique ideas, to express your individuality in a world that often values standards and conformity. After all, it is in this uniqueness, in this ability to be ourselves, lies our strength, our inner well-being and freedom. Allow yourself to realize your dreams and aspiration, without giving in to the pressures of society or other people's expectations. Let your individuality be your main compass, your guide in this journey through life, filled with various challenges and opportunities. Have confidence in your own strength, in your unique abilities and qualities. Allow yourself to reach your potential to the limit, to show yourself in all your glory and splendor. Let every step you take in the direction of your desires be a step towards the realization of your boldest and deepest ambitions. Let your own uniqueness be your ultimate weapon in the fight for your dreams and goals. Allow yourself to be who you truly are, without compromise or limitation. Let your individuality be the source of your strength, your wisdom and your inspiration on the path to your true happiness and success. So let us walk together on this path of freedom from limitations, this path to the freedom to be ourselves. May each of us find the strength and wisdom to overcome obstacles and follow our true desires, making them a reality for the benefit of ourselves and the world around us. 8. Allow each of us to plumb the depths of our desires, discovering the true aspiration that are ready to illuminate our path to true happiness and liberation. Let our desires become a shining light, guiding us through the dark waters of doubt and uncertainty, showing us the path to true well-being and harmony. Do not allow your true nature to be eclipsed by external constraints or social standards. Remember that our desires are not just fleeting whims, but the voice of our soul seeking self-expression and fulfillment. Let each of our desires become a piece of the larger puzzle of our personal evolution and self-discovery. Following our desires is not only our right, but a sacred obligation to our own being. It is a call to awaken to our inner truth, to realize that we were born to live a full and authentic life, expressing ourselves in our full beauty and glory. May our desires be a beacon to guide us through the sea of life's trials and challenges, guiding us to our true meaning and purpose. May each of us find the strength and wisdom to embrace our desires, transforming them into a source of inspiration and creativity that can fill our lives with meaning and joy. May our desires shine like stars in the heavens, leading us through the dark nights of doubt and trials. May we always remember that following our desires is not only our right, but also our sacred obligation to ourselves, to our own essence, which seeks expression and fulfillment. 9. May each of us discover our inner reserves and gain the strength and wisdom needed to listen to our inner voice and follow the path of true freedom. May we gain the confidence and determination to cast off any shackles that may be holding us back, whether they be fears, doubts, or external limitations. May we each plunge to the very depths of our being, in search of true values and the meaning of life. May we find the strength to make decisions that reflect our true self, even if it goes against conventional standards or the expectations of others. May our desire for freedom and liberation be our inner fire that lights the path before us and gives us the strength to overcome obstacles. May we each gain the clarity of vision and the wisdom of understanding to discern true values from external illusions. May we be wise travelers on the path of liberation, finding in each step the opportunity to unlock our potential and move closer to true freedom. May our path be permeated with faith in ourselves and in the power of our inner compass that leads us to the source of our true essence. 10. May every step we take be imbued with the light of our own desires shining like stars in the heavens. Let this light be our trusted guide, illuminating the dark corners of our path and filling our hearts with confidence and determination. Let us allow our desires to become a powerful source of inspiration that will guide our actions and decisions. May they be like beacons of our voyage, pointing us toward our true purpose and filling us with strength and energy. May we find the wisdom and courage to trust our inner aspiration and allow them to guide us through life's obstacles and challenges. May our every action be imbued with meaning and directed toward our highest goals. May our path be not just illuminated, but transformed by the light of our sincerest and deepest desires that lead us to understand ourselves and the world around us. May we walk this path with an open heart and mind, ready to embrace all the wonders and challenges it presents us.